what's up, ghouls and gals? I just got back from fucking watching Spider-Man Homecoming, and fuck was it amazing! You know, amazing Spider-Man, play on words, I like to play with words, I'm a word toucher. Anyways, forget all that other shit. Spider-Man Homecoming was literally a homecoming. Spider-Man came to his home, which is Marvel. He's finally back where he needed to be. And it's amazing. I can't say it. Let me say amazing one more time. Amazing. Jesus Christ, I just walked out of the movie like 30 minutes ago and I'm fucking hyped. Y'all need to go watch this movie immediately. Well, enough of me sucking the Spidey dick. I need to tell you about it. Alright, Spider-Man of course follows Peter Parker. It takes place a couple months after the events of Civil War. So Spider-Man's kind of, you know, in school, and he's doing like really low level hero stuff, like he's saving little cats out of a tree, he's helping old ladies, stopping a Grand Theft Auto bike, as he said. So basically he's kind of just, what is the next thing? He wants to know what the next fucking thing is gonna be. So he kind of like has this talk with Tony Stark saying like, hey man, I'm ready to get up there, man. I'm ready to join the ranks. I need to start living to my full potential. This little fucking Mick shit isn't cutting it. So basically the movie kind of follows that story for a while. For a while, Peter's trying to find himself as you know, like growing up, he's trying to find himself, find who he is as a person, and on top of that, he's trying to deal with being a superhero and just being the best hero and person that he can be. And Tom Holland really fucking drives that point home in his performance as Peter Parker. You really see Tom Holland just like shine as Peter Parker, and you get a sense of like, that's exactly what Spider-Man would do, because Spider-Man is a kid. He's a teenager. He's only 15 years old. In this movie, he's only 15 years old, and he makes decisions like a 15-year-old, which is, it's refreshing to see on screen that Spider-Man's not just like ready to jump into fucking action, shooting webs, and kind of like he already knows what to do. This isn't that Spider-Man, which I like. We already seen that Spider-Man so many times where he's like a seasoned vet. This is rookie Spider-Man. He's figuring out how to use the webs. He's kind of like barely getting a use for his powers and stuff like that. So that's cool to see. Also, the high school element is done better here than it has ever fucking been done. I actually got a kick out of seeing Peter Parker just be in high school and be himself. It really did go back to those classic 1980s like high school movies where you're just kind of like following a geeky, charming guy who's trying to get the hot, popular chick. But this time it's more realistic. You kind of see the chemistry between Liz, who's Peter's love interest in the movie. All the characters in the movie more or less have strong performances, aside from Donald Glover's character. It's not that he didn't have a strong performance, I just feel he was in the movie a very small amount of time that he could have done without him. But the scene that he's most prominently featured in is hilarious. Spider-Man does this whole like deep voice thing where he's trying to interrogate him to get information out of him, and he kind of like tells Spider-Man like, basically, like, you're not intimidating, like, you sound like a girl, and Spider-Man goes on saying, like, I'm not a girl, I'm a boy, I'm a man. Like, it's funny. There's so many instances where you see Spider-Man's humor pop through, and you're just like, fuck yeah, man, this is Spider-Man. This is fucking Spider-Man. Speaking of actors having strong performances in the movie, Michael Keaton. Oh my god, Michael Keaton is, like, the most versatile fucking actor that I've ever seen. Not only can he play Batman,
now you want to get nuts? Come on.
He can play the Vulture, which is just, it's astounding. Him as fucking Adrian Toomes is amazing. He fucking embodies the Vulture. There's this one scene that stands out to me in particular that it shows where Spider-Man or Peter Parker is getting ready to go to homecoming with his love interest Liz. And this is a major spoilers, but we learn in the movie that Liz is the daughter of Adrian Toomes, aka the Vulture.
You serious?
So Spider-Man's sitting in this Jaguar with the Vulture driving, and he's sitting next to Liz. And he just has this moment where he's just like, what am I gonna do? Like, holy shit, does this guy know that I'm Spider-Man? Does he know what's going on? And well, Michael Keaton kind of does this thing where he tells Liz, his daughter, he goes, hey, why don't you go ahead of Peter? I'm gonna give him the dad talk. And he gives this vicious look into the camera, and you're just like, oh shit, some fucking shit's about to fucking go down. And Michael Keaton acts it out in a way to where, like, you're like, damn, like, even though Peter or Spider-Man has these powers, he's still fucking intimidated by Michael Keaton's character, the Vulture, because he's just like, at the end of the day, I'm a kid, what can I do against this guy? This guy has the potential to fucking bring me down. Not only that, Spider-Man / Peter Parker cares about his family the most, so when he threatens his family, that kind of like flips a switch in his head to where he's just like, you know what? I gotta stop this guy. I gotta stop this guy now. And again, that goes back to my point that I'm going to be making again and again in this video. That shows exactly what Spider-Man would do. You kind of say like Spider-Man would do that. That's exactly what he would do. And there's other instances like that in the movie. Like there's this one instance that literally draws directly from the comic book. Spider-Man's trapped under some debris and he kind of is freaking out because he can't get out. He feels like he's not strong enough. And then he kind of takes a moment to collect himself and he's just like, no, I have to do this. Like, I have to fucking stop the Vulture. And he kind of pumps himself up and he's like, oh, come on, Spider-Man! Come on, Spider-Man! And he gets out of there and it's just like, fuck yeah! You get, fuck yes! And you're like, Jesus God! All of those fucking things that I just screamed at the camera is exactly how you're gonna feel when you go watch Spider-Man. Seeing it in action, you're just like, this is what I wanted in a Spider-Man movie. As you can tell, I really fucking love the movie, and I know you're gonna love it. There's so much in the movie that I don't want to spoil, because I just don't want to spoil it, man. Like, I feel like part of this movie is just you walking in and be like, oh my god, they fucking did that! And you, oh my god, like, I can't say anymore without spoiling it. Just please go watch Spider-Man. I literally give it a 9 out of 10, and I rarely give movies a 9 out of 10, but this is fucking Spider-Man. Tom Holland is Peter Parker / Spider-Man. But before I go, I want to talk about, address the concerns people are having that this may be, like, too heavy on Iron Man, that Iron Man may come out in the movie too much. He doesn't. Iron Man has a good part, has a hefty part in the movie, but he doesn't overshadow Spider-Man. It doesn't feel like he was brought in by Marvel to kind of make the movie more interesting. He more or less plays a mentor role to Spider-Man. He's like mentoring him, trying to, like he says in the trailer, he wants him to be better than him. So you kind of get a sense of that, and you see just Robert Downey Jr. shines as this kind of like dad protector character for Peter / Spider-Man. So that's really cool. So again, I can't praise this movie any more than I'm already praising it. I'm literally taking the spider jizz in the face because I'm riding Spider's dick so hard right now, but fuck yes, guys, go see it. You will not be disappointed. Again, Spider-Man, 9 out of 10. Fucking Ryan T certified. Go watch it. And as always, guys, keep it to... I was going to say keep it to otherworldly news. We're not doing that anymore. Keep it to the Ryan T Show and stay weird.